Muhammad said, okay, and I need to use his exact words because this is direct speech. So to use the exact words, you need to use these, what's that called?
Quotation.
Yeah. Quotation marks, there's two on both sides, right? Muhammad said, comma, before the quotation mark. Muhammad said, lying is justified sometimes, depending on the situation. Huh? Okay, here, I'm going to say sometimes. Okay. Okay, notice the period, where is it? Inside or outside?
Inside.
Okay, it needs to be on the inside. In British English, they put it on the outside. American English, put it on the inside. I don't know why. I don't know why. Yeah, okay. So, quotation marks. Okay, everything's like this. Okay.
Does it matter the quotation marks is this way or this way?
They have to be this way at the beginning, this way at the end. They have to go like that. So that means no space between this and this, right? No space between the period and the quotation mark. You don't need spaces there. If you put a space, it's going to go the wrong way. It has to be like this. Okay? So Muhammad said, comma, quotation mark, capital letter.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay? So Muhammad said lying is justified sometimes. Those are his exact words. So if they are somebody's exact words, whether they said it or if it's written in a book, and you want to say exactly what they said, you have to use direct speech. This is an example of direct speech. It's important that you put the quotation marks, because if you don't, then you're plagiarizing. Did you know that? Yeah. So if you don't use them and you just do this, you said lying is justified sometimes. Okay. Technically, especially if it's written in a book, that is plagiarism. Those are not your exact words, right? You have to explain where those words come from. Those words come from Muhammad. So you have to say where they come from, and you also have to show that they were his words, okay? This is especially true when you're writing for school, right? Because in school you have to do research, right? You have to write about something, you have to read a lot of things, resources, and then you need to put the information in your writing, right? And a lot of you might not know how to do that. You'll learn, okay? But when you want to take something from another source and you want to put it in your writing, you need to use quotation marks, and you have to say where it came from, okay? If you don't do that, you're going to accidentally plagiarize, and you don't want to do that, right? Okay. Now, indirect speech is when I say what he said without the quotation marks. I'm not going to use his exact words. I'm just going to explain what he said without his exact words. So, Muhammad said, keyword here, that. Actually, it's optional, okay? Muhammad said that, lying, no capital letter because we're not quoting.
It just like writing just a simple sentence.
Yeah.
Like no nothing.
Muhammad said that lying was justified sometimes. Okay? What changed?
The verb tense.
So I went from the present here to the past, okay? That's because I'm using indirect speech. So I am I'm reporting. What did Muhammad said? Muhammad said that, right? I'm reporting what he said in my own words, so I have to change the verb to the past tense.
What about that one? You don't reporting? It's not reporting? Because you say
No.
Muhammad said.
No, this is direct speech. This is reporting because I'm saying it. Here, I said this part, but he said that, in quotes. So this is reported speech, reporting, right? Or indirect. This is direct. Let's get another example, okay? Here's a lie. Here, the lie. Remember what was his name? Rick, right? Rick said the check is in the mail. Okay, where do I need to put punctuation marks?
After said,
Comma,
and quotation.
capital or lowercase?
Capital.
Yes.
After name.
Period. Good. So Rick said the check is in the mail, right? It's in the mail right now. So this is direct or indirect speech?
Direct.
This is directly what he said, and we know it's direct because we have quotation marks. But if I want to report it, say, yeah, Rick said, he said that check was in the mail. Rick said the check was in the mail. That's it. No commas, no quotation marks, no capital letters, just reporting it. This is optional. You don't have to use that. You can say, he said the check was in the mail, or he said that the check was in the mail. Both are very common and good. Both of them are good. Okay? Let's do another one. Let's look at another example. I only buy shoes online. This is what he says he always does. He always buys shoes online. And he said that in the past, so I'm using past here. You always need to use past, by the way. It's always going to be past. Because even if it's 1 second ago, it's past, right? Jason said, I only buy shoes online, right? That's what he said. How do you make it reported?
Jason says that he only bought
shoes online.
So now we use the past. Why? Because now I'm reporting what he said. So it needs to be in the past tense. Okay? Okay. Now, do you guys know the difference between say and tell? What's the difference between these two words?
Say when you say something.
Okay? Say something and tell something? You tell something?
He's defined.
It's about
Then
some
tell.
other person.
To other
Okay.
Tell means
Tell
mostly
two
order.
It's somewhere
something like
objects.
Well, what if we're explaining something to someone, right? I said this, I told him.
say.
So the difference is in the listener, right? Who's listening? In this one, there's no listener. Or you don't have to say the listener. But in this one, you have to mention the listener, okay? So for example, she said, hello. Hello, right? She said hello. Who did she say hello to? Who was listening to that? Do we know?
No.
We don't know. What if I say that she told, can I say she told hello?
No.
We can't. She told
Me.
her friend, she told her friend hello. Okay, so here we have the listener, right?
Yes.
She told her friend hello. She said hello. So be careful with tell, because you always have to say who heard it, right? Okay? So let's try tell over here.
Should tell all the time is the object, yeah?
It always needs an object. Yep. Tell who, right? You need an object, right? So, I need help. Okay. So she said, I need help, right? But who does she say that to? Just imagine. Who does she say that to?
Rescue man.
Okay, a firefighter, right? Okay. So let's use tell. Let's use tell. Tell.
She told me I need help.
Firefighter. She told the firefighter.
I need help.
Well, let's
needs
report it. Let's report it. That
That she needed help.
good. So we changed the verb to the past. We also changed, look, we changed the subject. Over here, we're saying I, right? But over here, we're using she. Why are we using she here? I'm talking about what she said. I'm reporting her words. I'm not directly saying what she said. I'm reporting it. So you have to change the verbs, but you also have to be careful with pronouns, right? Okay, here's another example of the pronoun switch. So remember Rick, he lied to his wife. What did he lie to her about? He said, I like your hair. Yeah, I like your hair. So report that. He told that to his wife, right? Report it. Rick told
His wife
his wife
that
she
I
comes
I like
She knows.
I liked
hair. Your
that's
hair.
so confusing.
her hair. So you have to change the pronouns to make sure they are referring to the right person. Okay?
That's it.
That's it. Well, there's actually something else.
That's for the next chapter.
No. But I don't really want you guys to worry about this. You know, when you read the news, or you listen to the news, reporters, you guys are with me? Yes? Okay. Reporters, they don't usually use past tense when they report. They use the present tense, right? So in a magazine, you might read something in the present tense. So for example, this is indirect speech. But look, the first verb is not said, it's present tense. So when this one is present tense, this one is present tense. But that only happens when this one is present tense. So when the first verb is present tense, the next verb is going to be present tense, right? So this means she said it one time or she always says it? This is simple present, so it means she's always saying it, right? Okay? The students say they are hot in the classroom, right? Okay? They always say that, right? So I'm using simple present. They are simple present, right? But if it's one thing and you said it one time and I need to report that, then it's going to be past, right? So,
The student say,
yeah, so for example, Farshid said earlier, he said that
Iran.
he lied, right?
Lied.
In court a long time ago in Iran. Yes.
Okay, what happened?
Past. Yes.
What
Bana
happened
ki
if
tecrübe.
we want to guess something happened in the future? For example, the reporter guessed the president says something in the next speech.
Guess, to guess.
Yes.
Um,
I exactly the
mhm.
example. The reporter guessed the president of United States will say something.
Oh, for future?
Yeah, for
You would
future.
use would, because it's unreal in the future. So he guessed that the president would retire soon. Future unreal. Yeah. Okay, so make sure you understand that when you are using present tense for the verb, you need present tense over here. But you're not going to use this very often, okay? The majority of the time, you're going to use the simple past because we're explaining what someone said. We need simple past, okay? Say, Nilufar said that
She
she was studying. So I just go from present to past, but I keep the same verb form, right? But maybe she said this, or Arhana said, I already studied, right? Already studied. So she says it exactly in her words already in the past tense. How do I report that?
Farhana said
Had
She said that
that
she
had already
studied.
So
she had already or has already?
had.
Had already.
I have to go past, right?
Past.
So this is the past,
So we never
but this
use,
is further in the past.
we never
Remember?
use have and
No, because this is past, simple past. We need to report it in the past perfect. When it's simple present and you report that, it's going to change to simple past, right? If it's present progressive and you report that, it's going to change into the
past progressive.
past progressive. If it's present perfect and you report it, it's going to turn into the past perfect. If it is simple past and you report it, it's going to become the past perfect also. Okay? If you are reporting something with the future, okay, we'll talk about that next week. But with the future, it also changes, okay? Will becomes would, can becomes could, okay? But for right now, just know this, okay? Do you guys remember what all of these are?
Yes.
Okay. So give me an example of simple present. Oh, we've already done that one. Okay. Let's present perfect to past perfect. Okay, Keeb said, what did he say? What? Use the present perfect. I have what? What have you been? I have
Too much trouble.
I have
been studying.
let's say, okay, I have studied hard. Okay. I've studied hard. When I report that, how do I report it? He
Say
said